It started off as a beautifully sunny day and then kapowza. It all ended just like that. Hot and sunny to wet and empty. So let's talk about Journey at the We Love NYC New York City show, okay?
Kiki Classic Rock.
Hey guys, my name is Kiki. I hope your day is absolutely superly fantabulous. If you hear rain pouring down and slamming on the building, that is because Henri, not Henry, the hurricane, I guess he's here. He's landing down. That's why you're hearing wind, you're hearing rain, you're hearing all kinds of crazy noises. Maybe you're not hearing anything, but I can hear it and I'm a little frightened right now. However, when it comes to talking about Journey, we put that all aside and we just say forget about it and we move on and talk about the boys. If you're new here, I like to talk about artists from the 70s and the 80s, sometimes the 90s. I'll throw some random stuff on this channel as well. If you like that type of thing, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below as well as the like button and the notification bell, because we all have a little ding-dong inside of us one time or another, right? If you are a returning Kiki Nation member, I always thank you so much for your support, your kindness, and your love. Thank you, and let's go. Let's talk about our boys from Journey. The We Love New York City homecoming concert happened on August 21st of 2021, and I really didn't know about the entire lineup. I didn't even look into it. I just knew that Journey was going to be there and Journey was going to perform. That's all I concerned myself with. I'm sorry. That's all I knew. So we started watching the show on CNN, and the New York Philharmonic kicked off the entire event, which is great. You know, they are amazing. I just didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. So I'm like, classical music before Journey. Okay. In my own humble opinion, I just don't know how you can get pumped up to classical music before a Journey performance. Now, Andrea Bocelli, he's incredible. There is no getting around that. I just didn't know. I just didn't expect it. I'm like, all right, okay. And of course, Crazy Al's sitting there. I love it. This is awesome.
I love it. This is awesome.
Whatever. Central Park was absolutely packed, wall-to-wall people, and Oprah's very best friend, Gayle King, was the host of this event. If my voice sounds a little strange, it is because I was yelling last night as I was playing phone charades with my son and his fiance, and I was just yelling. It was so fun. I had such a good time doing that. I pretty much lost some of my voice.
Juggling! Tightening your belt! I'm gonna get sick! I'm gonna vomit! I'm drinking and I am going to throw up. I'm gonna throw up. Curling my hair!
That's why that's like that. So Fancy Gayle is hosting the event, and on stage with her at one point is Johnny G. Now, who is Johnny G, you might say? Well, Johnny G owns a hot dog cart on 46th and Broadway. He's been there for 40 years, so I guess that was just part of the whole revitalization of New York City after the pandemic, and organizers wanted to have a piece of the city on stage at this concert, which is pretty cool, and people, like, they were chanting Johnny G. They were all about it. So a lot of those folks must have had his hot dog. He introduced Julia Michaels and JP Sachs. I have no idea who these people are. I'm sorry, I don't know them, but they came on stage. Then after them, Jennifer Hudson, who I absolutely loved when she was on American Idol. And I think it is so cool what she has done with her career and how many great things she's done. And her voice is just flawless. It's like it doesn't even take her any effort to sing anything. She is so good. Is that bad that I said she's good? She's amazing. Then after Jennifer was on stage, Clive Davis, who has produced basically anyone and everyone in the music business, he came on stage next, and he introduced Carlos Santana, of course, Mr. Amazing himself. He performed alongside Wyclef Jean, who did a great funky rendition of Maria Maria, and then Mr. Cutie Pie himself, Rob Thomas, came on stage and of course did Smooth. And that was so fun, but you're looking at the sky while these guys are performing and you see that the clouds are starting to gently roll in. It is so windy outside right now. This is so bizarre. I feel like I'm gonna swirl away. I hope not. Then, of course, in the back of my mind, while I'm watching this great performance in Central Park in New York City, I'm thinking, how is Journey going to perform here, well, here being Central Park, and then get off to Jones Beach to do the Tunnels to Towers concert? I just didn't understand how it was going to happen, but we'll get there in a minute. The Tunnels to Towers Foundation honors the life of Stephen Siller, who lost his life fighting for others on September 11th. This organization does a tremendous amount of good, and I will of course put their link in the description box down below. Go and check out really all of the great stuff that they have done and continue to do. This concert in Jones Beach was an inaugural one to commemorate the 20th anniversary of September 11th. Can you guys believe it's been 20 years since that horrific day? I still remember it so clearly in my mind. Before the concert in Jones Beach even started, it was downpouring sheets of rain. But concert goers were still like, we're staying. We're gonna have fun, gosh dag nabbit, and we are gonna be here to partay and listen to the music we love. Cause that's what we do. I saw that it was pouring in Jones Beach, but now I'm still trying to focus on Journey performing in Central Park because they still hadn't gone on the stage yet. Back to Central Park, country singer Kane Brown took the stage. Then it was almost time for Journey. We didn't know it was almost time for Journey. However, Senator Chuck Schumer then took the stage. He didn't sing, but he did introduce our boys, Journey. Before he introduced the boys, though, he was absolutely obliterated on Twitter for dancing with Stephen Colbert before he took the stage. In my opinion, this was a musical event, a time to celebrate the return of New York City, homecoming as it was called. Politics really should have been kept on the sidelines. Music is the only escape we have to everything that is going on right now, so why not keep it that way? Just saying. Keep music to what it's meant to be. It's meant to fulfill emotions within us. You know, either it's to make us happy, make us sad, deliver a message, but music is just one of those getaways that we can still have in our life and just allow it to take us wherever we want it to. But moving on to a really great meaty presence of the boys of Journey, how do you not love what they continue to give us over and over again? I'm sorry. Someone who should have introduced the boys, someone like me, maybe, right? Keep the crap out there. Keep the music inside here. The box of happy, I like to call it. The musical happy box. That's all I care about, and I think that's what we all care about. And talking about happy, oh my goodness, was Dean Castronovo not the happiest boy on the planet? And to see Dean happy, I think makes us all happy. Everyone is just so happy to see him back in the band. And he rightly deserves to be there, and thank goodness he is back. He just brings a whole other level of perfect flavor to Journey now, don't you think? And then you look at Narda, and he's smiling ear to ear because he's watching Dean smile ear to ear. So you got that's four. You got two drummers smiling ear to ear as they're both drumming away. How do you not love this? I absolutely just loved watching those two guys, but I loved everybody else too. I did. And then you got Jonathan Cain and Jason Derlaka, two drummers, two keyboardists, and you could tell they were also so happy to be there. It's the word of the day, happy. Marco Mendoza, he was happy. He was. But Marco's like a serious happy. He's serious because like he's totally into what he's doing, but you could tell he's happy because he did smile. I saw him. And I got the feeling that he was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But dude, I am just gonna totally do my guitar thing and just be happy. I couldn't even contain myself watching him and everybody else because I was just so happy. Neil, Mr. Happy, Guitar Sean. I still want to say Sean. Some people do say Neil Sean, but I have been instructed many, many times that it's Sean. So I've been sticking with Sean, but it hurts because I want to say Sean. By the way, the first song was Any Way You Want It, and that fashionable Arnel Pineda, honestly, we know who dresses him. It's amazing. He had on a sparkly sleeveless shirt. It was so nice. I want that shirt. He had on white pants I'm not sure if they were jeans. I'm thinking they were jeans. They were distressed, all ripped up. And then orange boots. Stop it. He looked so good. He always looks good. And his teeth. I always say I love his teeth. I want his teeth, not in a weird way, but I want his teeth, just the girl version of Arnell's teeth, because they're so white. Aren't they the prettiest teeth? He's the snazziest dresser and has the prettiest teeth. He does. The next and only other song that Journey played was Don't Stop Believin', and I gotta tell you, every single time Neil plays that guitar riff after Arnell sings the first verse, I'm guessing Neil has played that thousands, if not over 1,000,000 times, and I swear he looks like he is happy playing it every single time. Don't you feel that? I don't think he'll ever get tired of playing that. I think the guys did great, and you have to think too, in the back of their minds, they're probably saying, oh my gosh, we have another show to do, and the night before that, they had performed in Atlantic City. In my opinion, I think it is such an honor to watch these guys continue to perform. I think Arnell does an amazing job keeping himself on the very tippity top of his game. He's in shape, he looks great, and he sounds great. He jumps and he swirls around that stage. Who can do that? He's very nimble. Nimble Arnell. N-A. Nah. The shining star on that stage, though, I have to say, at that particular show, was Dean Castronovo. Abso-freaking-lutely. It was the best decision to bring him back because his energy, I think, is infectious to the entire band. People are always going to criticize something or anything. What is there to criticize? Nothing. They're there to perform. They're there to entertain all of us. Thank you. Thank you, Journey. I am in the mindset that I will be a supporter, a Journey supporter, as long as these guys continue to put out. Not like that. Come on, guys. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on. Stop it. I cannot imagine everything that goes in behind the scenes to do what they do. The majority of fans are just absolutely thrilled at what Journey continues to give to all of us. The new music, the video, everything, the tours. But there's always going to be that occasional douche bag. Douche. That is such an 80s word. Did you call anyone a douche in the 80s, or do you call people douches now? Remember that, though? You're such a douche. Stop being a douche. Randy Jackson was not there again. Not quite sure what is going on there, but Marco Mendoza is doing an amazing job. It was announced in May of 2020 that Randy Jackson was rejoining Journey, but no word of where he is at today. The Central Park concert continued, and right in the middle of Barry Manilow singing, everybody was getting evacuated. Poor Barry. That's all I can say. I'm like, how can you do that to Barry Manilow? Why would you do that to Barry Manilow? I can't laugh and I can't sing. Well, I can't sing because they just made everybody leave. Everyone move quickly and calmly to your vehicles and just get out. Get out. I mean, come on. Couldn't you have at least let him finish? He got all dressed up, hadn't performed in he said over a year and a half. However, he did call in to Anderson Cooper, or Anderson Cooper called him. I don't know how it went down. Then Barry Manilow singing to Anderson Cooper on the phone. Mandy, that was my favorite song. Copacabana, all right, we played that every single wedding we did. But Mandy, love that song. As far as the Jones Beach show goes, Mo Windhorst, he is the main sound guy for Journey. I went on his Facebook page to see if there was any type of tidbit of Jones Beach and what happened there, because there's really nothing. You can't find much of anything. So he said it was pouring buckets of rain, and from Central Park they had 4 NYPD police escorts as well as a lineup of 10 NYPD motorcycle motorcade thing following them to get them to their next show. Because all I kept wondering was, how are they gonna do this? Well, they had New York City's finest to make sure they got their next location safely and soundly, and that they did. Journey did go on at Jones Beach. I really wasn't sure if that was going to happen. I think they were supposed to start at 10:15. They didn't end up going on stage until 12:30 a.m. But they did make it. They did perform, and that is why I just think Journey is so awesome, because they didn't want to disappoint their fans. I am guessing that is why they made sure that that show happened. happened. They got it done for everyone involved. And that's why they just continue to be the greatest band on earth, I think. I know. You know how you hear people say the show must go on? They make sure the show goes on all the time. Within their control, of course. When I was putting this information together, I really, like I said, I couldn't find out a lot about the Jones Beach show. So if you went, you were there, or you know someone who was there, let us know in the comments down below how the show went. Were you standing there in the pouring rain? Did you have a poncho on? An umbrella? How did it go down? The guys, the Journey guys are just kicking it. I am so thankful that they are out there for all of us and how they put so much work into everything they do. They just make it pure Journey goodness, right? Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Remember to be kind all the time. Be free, and it's free to be free. And as always, most importantly, always remember to keep rocking, because that's what Journey does all the time.